Hello there. I have done two videos today now, and I don't really know why. Well, this is the second one. Yeah, I don't really know what to talk about. Um, I notice whenever I think about doing these, I just start talking to myself, and then I talk normally, and I'm perfectly fine, and I'm all relaxed, like I'm talking to one of my friends, and then as soon as I press the play button, I get all nervous. Um, but I really shouldn't be because barely anyone watches these for understandable reasons. Um, uh, hmm. I love animals. I have 7 pets right now. I have 2 dogs, one Labrador, Golden Retriever, German Shepherd mix, one like one Chihuahua mix with a terrier sort of a thing. The dog is quite confusing. We were told she's a full-bred Chihuahua, but she's not. Um, we also got told by a vet that she isn't, so we also got her approval that we are right. She is not a full-bred Chihuahua. And then I have one tabby cat that's white on her stomach and chest and paws, and then the tabby pattern all around her. And then I have 3 fish, 2 goldfish and a minnow, a little stripy minnow. And then I have one guinea pig that is white and brown. You'll see my cat, my dog, and my 3 fish, and the other one, well, one of my dogs, the Labrador, Golden Retriever, German Shepherd mix. She has a lot more in her, but I'm quite happy with her. I don't really need to know every breed she has to know that she's a lovely dog. If you want to know more about me, I I'm not really good at talking about myself. I talk about my pets more. um, I adore dogs and cats mostly, but then I love all other animals. I'm scared of spiders. I don't like milk, and I don't know why. Um, I don't like nuts. I don't like mushrooms. I don't like tomatoes. I don't like onions. Um, I don't like sports. I'm quite fussy with what I do like. Um, I like horse riding, and I like hanging out with friends, riding bikes, walking dogs. Um, I love the outdoors, nature, fun stuff. My dog's barking. Well, I should probably go now. Probably. It's just the neighbours. Oh well. They bark quite a bit. What I look like, I have short brown hair and greeny blue eyes. I've never been told that I have, well, I've been told I have blue eyes once, but I don't know why I was told that because I don't. Most people find it kind of confusing to get one label for it, so it's kind of just greeny blue. I don't really know my height. I'm short enough. Most of my friends are like about a year younger than me. Well, almost a year younger than me. So, I'm mostly shorter than them. Not too much though. I found out that I have very small hands for my age. I don't really know what else. Um, I don't know my sexuality. I'm younger than the age of 16. And the reason why I don't know my sexuality is because I've never had a crush in my entire life. So that's kind of weird. whenever I tell people, they're kind of like, what, really? I'm like, yeah. It's really weird. I don't know. I usually judge people by their personality, not really their looks, what they enjoy, and animals. If they like dogs or not. Well, like, not if they like dogs or not, but if they like animals or not. It depends on what animal they like and what reason they like them for. And I usually don't actually get along with people who don't like certain animals. Like, I noticed that I usually don't make a good, well, not a good, I don't usually become good friends with people who are allergic to dogs for no reason. I just noticed that whenever someone says they're allergic to dogs, I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. And the more I talk to them, the more I realize that they're not really my type of person. I love, like, adore animals. So it's quite odd for me to figure out the people that are scared of dogs or don't like dogs or don't like cats or any of that. It's just kind of confuses me. Like how it confuses me how you can be attracted to someone. I never like someone for their looks and only their looks. I don't get it at all. Oh well. I'm probably asexual, but I don't know, so I might as well go with the flow until someday I probably might meet someone. I don't know. Yeah. um, I'm just really bored during quarantine. I've been quarantined for about 3 months now. It's probably not that long for other people, but it's long enough for me because I'm not used to this at all. Completely has changed my point of view on life and everything. Like, some things, like someone else's point of view on life, like from reading books and stuff, of what someone else thinks of the world. It's very interesting for me. Like hearing people with certain disorders or who are, you know, who live different lives, who have been through traumatic experiences or who are different. Just anything really like that. It just interests me because I live a pretty normal life. There's not many exciting things happening around here. So quarantine's one of the first few things that I've ever really come across that's very different. I'm Irish, from Ireland. I'm told that people can hear my accent. Like, people could hear my accent if I went to a different country, but I usually don't, so I'm quite happy here. Yeah, I'm very comfortable living where I'm living, and my mum wants to move houses, but I'm not moving. I probably will, but, you know, I'm quite happy with my country, where I live, the place I live, pretty much everything. Most things in my life I'm quite happy with. Just some things, like quarantine. I noticed that school is quite different because now I don't get to see my friends as much. I remember I saw one of my friends every single day of the week until this happened. Because that we did we did like this, not summer camp, but we went rowing, which is something we do. So it was kind of like a side sport we'd do on the weekends. So we'd see each other for the weekends and for school. So now it's kind of off that in the whole 3 months I've only seen her once. God, that rhymes and sounds really weird. Oh God. My dogs bark way too much. Oh well, I would train them, but it's quite hard to get them to be trained when everyone is teaching them something different. Yeah, I have one sister, but she doesn't live with me. I've lived with animals like pets my whole life. I've had dogs for basically my whole life. I've had cats for basically my whole life. Like there's some gaps from where an animal has passed away, and then we kind of don't want to just replace it. So we wait a while, and then we say that we're not going to get another one, and then someday we're driving in the car, and then there's a cat on the side of the road or something, and you're like, oh my god, I have to take this. So we take in the pet, and we're like, we're not keeping it. And this is Scratch. Meet our cat that I was told we're never getting a cat again. But we have this cat. We've had her for 4 years now. We were told we weren't keeping her when we first got her. Yeah, that didn't happen. Yeah, I'm quite antisocial now. I used to be like very, very social. Been able to go up to a random stranger and ask how they are or something. Now I kind of, if every time my mum tells me to go over and just like order food or something, I just kind of look at her and I'm like, help me, please, please don't let me do this. And she just looks at me back and it's just like, yeah, no, you're doing this. And I just sit there terrified. And then if I make a mistake, I don't correct them because I feel bad for correcting them because it's my fault. So I usually don't correct people when I get something wrong. Like, if they get something wrong, like if I'm ordering food or something and I say something wrong and then I say something and then they're like, all right, so you mean this? And that's not what I want. And I automatically say yes. And then I'm like, oh crap, I have to correct myself. And then I don't correct myself because I'm too nervous. And then they walk off and I'm like, oh well, I'm getting that now. And I kind of just live with it from there. Yeah, that happens quite a bit. I've become so antisocial that I can barely understand certain people. Like, one time someone asked me if I if something got thrown into their garden, and I went over and asked could they get it for me, and they said, oh, did it go over that bush or behind the bush? And I was like, yes. Because I was listening, but I didn't know what they meant. So that was a very confusing time. They went back over and just looked around and they found it, and I was like, thank you. So that actually worked out somehow. My first language is English, but my native language is different. But I know my native language almost fluently, but most people call it a dead language, but I don't. I usually don't speak it. I only speak it in school, and I could speak it with my friends, but I don't, because we were kind of forced to speak it in primary school. So now that we've gone to a different school, it's different and it's nicer that we don't have to speak it the whole time, so we don't usually speak it to each other. So yeah, that's basically it. God, this is long. Yeah, this is very long. Rest in peace, my storage.